Hello everyone, welcome back to next episode of Mastering Commerce. In the previous video we had done petty cash book, and the video before that I had told you about the difference between single column cash book and double column cash book. Let us have a quick recap. Single column cash book has one single amount column, while double column cash book has one cash column and one bank column, right? So in the single column cash book, we treat as cash transactions and bank transactions one, and all the amount is recorded in the amount column. While in the double column cash book, there are two columns. One is for cash and one is for bank. All the cash transactions are recorded in the cash column, while the bank transactions are recorded in the bank column. So this is the major difference between both the cash books. In theory also you get the question for this. What is the difference between single column cash book and double column cash book? Now we had done one question for both the books, and I also made it clear to you that what is petty cash book. Let us have a quick recap. Petty cash book is basically maintained to keep the track of all the small payments or the transactions done. There is a different cashier. Generally there are two cashiers. One deals with the major transactions of cash, the other maintains the petty cash, means the small amounts where they are going. So this literal meaning of the word petty cash is where the amount is going with the small amounts like 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 50 rupees, 60 rupees. On the daily basis there are different expenditures done, which although may not seem to be very relevant, but they have to be recorded by the accountant. So they are generally recorded in the petty cash book. As the name says us, petty cash book is the small amount cash book, means it has all the small amounts recorded. Now let us come to the numericals of single column cash book first. I am here on page number 153, which is your question on single column cash book. Please open your book on page number 153 so that with me you can have a practice of how we are maintaining the single column cash book. First of all, see the format. The format is date, receipt, LF I already told you, it is ledger folio, then amount, then again date, then payment, then ledger folio, and then amount. This is the format which we make for cash book. As you will observe carefully, you will come to know it is quite similar to ledger account, right? So the first, I will read the question. The first question on page number 153. Enter the following transactions in a simple cash book for December 2016. So the year for us is 2016, which I have written on both the sides, in the receipt side and the payment side. The first transaction of December 1 is cash in hand 12,000, means this is the opening balance with which I am going to start my cash book. So opening balance is always written on the debit side, because the cash book always starts with the debit balance, right? So the balance in my hand is to balance brought down. Brought down why? Because it is brought down from the previous accounting year. Okay, so with this balance I am going to start my cash book. So to balance brought down 12,000. Then next, December 5, cash received from Bhanu 4,000. Now when we receive cash, what is the journal entry we make? When cash comes in, what do we write? Cash account debit to Bhanu. This is the journal entry. So when we are recording this in the cash book, this Bhanu will go on the receipt side, on the debit side. I had already told you, if you remember, this is to side and this is buy side, means all the receipts we write over here and all the payments will go over here. Now we have received cash from Bhanu, so Bhanu is being credited. But when we are writing in the cash book, in the book of cash, then this Bhanu will be written on the debit side. Why? Because he is the giver. We have credited him. It is to written with him. So Bhanu will come in the to side. The other reason is cash is debited. We are getting cash. So it will be written on the receipt side. So Bhanu 4,000 received. Now December 7, rent paid 2,000. When we pay rent, what is the journal entry which we write? Rent account debit to cash. Right? So we are making a payment. Rent is on the buy side. So rent will be written on the buy side. Buy rent 2,000 on the payment side. Next, purchase goods Murari for cash, means we have purchased goods from Murari. So purchase account debit. Now for cash is written. So we are not bothered about Murari. The journal entry will be purchase account debit to cash. So purchase will be written here as 6,000. Now next is sold goods for cash. When goods are sold for cash, then entry is cash account debit to sales. Right? So over here on the to sales, 9,000 is written. Now purchase stationery. Whenever we are purchasing stationery, we don't write purchase. Okay, we write stationery account debit to cash. What rule are we using? Golden rule of accounting. We are using debit all expenses and losses. So stationery when we purchase, it is our expense. So stationery account debit to cash, and stationery is written on the payment side. Then cash paid to Rahul on account. So who is the receiver? Rahul account debit to cash. So Rahul is written over here in the credit side as 2,000. Now paid salary. Again the entry will be salary account debit to cash. So on the payment side again by salary will be written as 1,000. Now paid rent. So entry will be rent account debit to cash. I am just writing these journal entries for your reference in case in exam you get confused what is to be written where, because now you are reached to the stage where journal entry is not required. You have to directly record in the cash book. But still if you are confused that what is the relation between journal and cash book, it becomes easy for you. You are able to understand logically how we are transferring the entries. It is exactly like ledger. If you remember in ledger also we transfer these entries to side and by side. The same logic is going on in this cash book. Is it clear? Now how do we find this balance? This balance we will find. First we will total all these three amounts. The total of these three amounts will come as 25,000, which we will write on both the sides. Right? Then we will do the total of all the transactions over here. Whatever we will get over here, we will subtract it from 25,000 to make both the sides equal. The amount which must be written on this side is 13,200. So the balance of this year is 13,200. I have received this much of cash, and what is left in my hand after all the payments done, this much is left. So next year when I will start my cash book, I will start it with 20,017 because it is 2016, right? So January 1, the opening balance will be 13,200. How I have got it? I have got it from 2016. Okay. Similarly, this balance has come from 2015. This is the logic. I hope it is clear to you that how one year's cash book is related to the next year's cash book. Whatever doubt you have, you can leave a comment. I will try to solve it. I hope you are going forward with the steps in accounting and learning this subject, because this subject is really very interesting once you start taking interest in it. Don't take it as something related to math, because these are the different concepts which you are doing. You can see math is only plus minus in these type of questions. The only thing is you must remember the golden rules to make the journal entries and how the journal entries are getting transferred to the particular cash book or ledger. That rule you have to keep in mind. Accounting is basically based on different rules. As many rules you learn, the more easier this subject becomes for you. Right? I hope this video is clear to you all and you are able to understand that how we are making the single column cash book. I will be solving the next numerical question in the next video, and please along with me sit with your book and pen so that you also make the balance and you also find out how this calculation is done, because video is in your hand. You can make a pause and do the calculations. So all the best to you all. Keep working hard, keep loving your subjects, then only they are going to give you the knowledge. We will meet again in the next video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Bye for now.